What's up YouTube? Happy New Year! Happy 2024! This video is going to be a little bit different than my other videos. I thought it'd be fun to just make something a little bit different, but I'll just get started with a little bit of a background. If you don't know me, my name is Brittany. I obviously make videos about fashion, a little bit about nursing, a little bit of vlogs, a little bit of plastic surgery. I'm really into like plastic surgery and aesthetic. This one is actually going to be a little bit different because why not? It's 2024, we're gonna do whatever we want to do. And this video is gonna be about some 2024 goals and resolutions that I'm making, and if you wanna follow along, that could be cool. And if you're interested, then we'll just get right into it. So every single year since I've literally been in high school, I make these lists at the beginning of a year and the end of every year, like what my goals and resolutions are for the upcoming year. Like I love lists, I love goals, I love looking at something tangible and being like, okay, I need to do this, this, this. And this is the one from last year. I don't want to get into some of the personal ones, but basically like I put subcategories like body, job, social media, personal, finances, and just items that I want to buy. So last year I looked at all the ones that I actually ended up completing over the year, which like there was a decent amount of them. I mean, I probably could have done a little bit better, but I was also my first year as like a real adult working a real job, so that took up a lot of my time. But anyway, it's really nice just looking at your goals and resolutions. So obviously I made one for this year and I'm just gonna get into it. So basically this is my one from this year. I make like a really cute header on Canva because it makes me feel better about my goals and maybe makes me want to do my goals a little bit more. We'll start with body, health, appearance. I always do one like this because I'm really into getting work done and working on myself in the gym and like healthy eating. So like I always, ever since I was younger, concerned about my weight. So it's always like a goal to like lose weight. But I think finally I've reached like a healthy weight for myself. I probably could lose like 5 to 10 more pounds, but as long as I remain this weight, maybe lose a little bit more, I think that's my goal. So I have on here like mid to low 130s weight because right now I'm like sitting mid 130s. I could probably be a little bit better. And then if you don't know, I primarily eat like plant-based foods, which is vegetarian. I used to be a little bit more strict, and then I met my fiance and then he cooks like really good with cheese, and yeah, sometimes it's just like hard to not eat it. So I've not been the best at that, but I want to shift my focus on, rather than just like vegan or vegetarian, to eat more like whole foods, plant-based foods, which I think it's just better in general, because you can be a vegan and you can be so unhealthy because there are so many like meat alternatives that are just packed with like MSG and like it's processed oils, everything. So I just want to shift my focus rather than like, okay, it's meat free or dairy free, but I just want it to be like a whole food. I still don't want to eat meat. Obviously it's been 7 years now where like I haven't eaten any meat. Definitely not going to eat meat anytime soon, but I still want to just try more whole foods. So for example, I've been cooking a lot with tofu. Instead of buying like the ground round veggie meat, I just buy like tofu and I either like shred it or I cut it and bake it. It's a really good substitute. It's way healthier than all the meat alternatives. And honestly, if you're trying to lose weight and like you don't know where to start, I wouldn't say go vegan or vegetarian, but if you just shift your focus on eating like more whole foods and more plants and like vegetables and plants, I guess same thing, like trust me, it helps. Like it helps a lot. Another thing I really wanted to do was be a little more consistent with my working out, which is just, I always say that to myself, but then life gets in the way, and I'm sure that happens to everybody else, but like it's extra hard as a nurse because you have like your 4 shifts on, and like during those days that you're working, your entire energy, your entire focus is literally work. Like if you go home and do a workout after working a 12-hour shift, like good for you, like that is amazing. But for me, I just don't have the energy to do that. I really don't. So I need to focus on my days off, like being more consistent with the gym. And like I have no excuses. Like the gym in my building is literally the floor above mine. Like there's a stairwell outside my unit and there's no excuses for me not to go to the gym. Like it's literally right there. So I think I need to be a little bit better with that. And like I love running, I love cardio, it's fun to me, but lifting weights is absolutely terrible and the most boring thing ever. So I need to get better at that because I don't have any muscle, and the only way for me that's gonna make me age really well, I think, is if I have some muscle mass, because I'll be able to keep my fitness and everything instead of just being like skinny. So I need to get a bit better with that. And I was doing Pilates for a while and I need to get back into that, but I had my surgery, so I wasn't supposed to lift anything heavy for a while. But I think maybe soon I'll get back into that. It's just also kind of expensive. It's like $150 a month to do Pilates, which is for three classes a month is still a little bit expensive. But more things with my body. So if you don't already know, I also had a breast augmentation in 2023, which I love and I'm so happy about, and I don't regret it at all. Like it's amazing. But there are a lot more things I want to get done just so I can feel happy with myself and my appearance. So I've always wanted a nose job. I actually was going to get a nose job before I got a breast augmentation, but I went to my favorite plastic surgeon in Toronto for noses and he quoted me at $20,000. $20,000 for a nose job. I mean, I know that he's the best and he's gonna do a good job, but $20,000 is a lot of money. And right now that's just not really in the cards for me. And he told me, he's like, your nose isn't gonna go from like it being a 2 to a 10 because you don't have a 2. Your nose is like an 8, and it's gonna go from an 8 to like a 9.5, and you have to decide if it's worth it or not for you to do that. So I personally think it's worth it, but for $20,000 at this time, it maybe isn't in the budget. But yeah, this is just my nose. It's not terrible, but like it could definitely be a lot better, and it's something I think about a lot. So maybe this year I'll get a nose job, but maybe not in Toronto. So that's always going to be on the list until I get it done. So that's what's on the list for this. Another thing is I wanted to get my filler dissolved and then restart on my filler, which I feel like a lot of people on TikTok are talking about. Like those who got filler back in like 2016, 2017, 2018, it's all migrated. It's not in the same spot. It doesn't look good. And I think that's definitely what happened to me. I haven't got filler in my lips for like 2 years now, but I can see like, you can see some of the fillers still behind my lips, which like, it just doesn't give them a great shape. It doesn't look that good. Like you can see it's all in here. So I think that I should probably get that dissolved and then maybe start again. But yeah, just another thing on the list. So that concludes all my body stuff. Obviously just maintain being healthy in that sense. And then I move on to my job. So this year was a huge year for me. I graduated nursing school, I passed my NCLEX, I got my license, I started working full-time as a nurse in medicine, then I went to emergency. Big changes. It's been exciting. I've learned a lot. I still want to keep learning in Emerge. I think if I'm gonna do bedside nursing, Emerge is where I want to be, but it's tiring. Like working in Emerge is exhausting. It's not a lifelong thing, but I think while I'm still young, I still have the energy and I still want to learn. I think it's a really good place to start for me. So I did my coronary care course, which is usually a prerequisite here in Canada. So I've done that. I just want to keep adding on my like certifications as a nurse, just so I can build my resume and keep that. And then I think I was also hopefully gonna do a filler course this year because why not, right? I'm super into aesthetics and stuff like that. So maybe if I do an injector course, I can do that on the side. But the courses right now are like $3,500, $4,000 for a course. And I'm still getting on my feet, like having my first year being a real adult with a real job. So right now it's not really in the budget, but right now I don't think so, but maybe this year I'll do a filler course. Moving on to social media. So as I said before, I'm really working on my social media this year because like I enjoy it and it's so different than my actual job as a nurse that I can just record what I want to record. I can share my ideas and like my outfits and my hauls and everything with people, and like it just gives me a different kind of joy than my job as a nurse does. So I just thought like, why not like keep working on it and keep trying with it. And like I got 2 brands to reach out and they saw my videos and they offered to send me stuff to do a haul with, and like I just think that that's amazing. Like I never thought that my YouTube would be seen by brands and stuff, so it's really exciting. So I'm just gonna keep doing it, and like if it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't go anywhere, but I enjoy it and it's a fun pastime. So yeah, so basically some of my goals for that are just to keep growing with my subscribers and my followers and have more engagement, and yeah, and just continue to keep doing this because it makes me happy. And then I do have like some personal goals as well, which I always have really high expectations for these ones, and they always get neglected, I feel like, the most, because obviously school and everything kind of school and work like trump those things. But my fiance is from Sweden, and the plan is one day for us to move back there because he definitely wants to live there when we're older. So I need to learn how to speak Swedish, and I've tried to learn before, but like I tried to learn when I was in school, so my brain was so caught up with learning school. I was like, there's no way that I can learn a language right now. Like my brain is too full of stuff. But now that I'm like settled into working full-time as an adult, I really think it would be cool to learn a new language. But like, it's hard, man. It's hard when you're 26 years old, your whole life, like English semantics are just like in your brain. Then you have to learn a whole different way of like pronouncing things, and like grammar rules and stuff is like difficult. So kudos to you if you speak more than one language, because it's hard. But I'm gonna try because why not? So if you have any tips, or like if you speak Swedish and like there's some resources that you think I should use, then let me know. I know Duolingo is a thing, but I don't really like it because it's just like flashcards, and I want to learn like actual like grammar and like sentence structure and like stuff like that. So yeah. So hopefully when I get some free time, whenever that might be, I might try to do that. And then moving on, I always have like a finances one, and this is the one I feel like I never reach my finance goals ever. Like it's always like pay off credit card, have X amount of money in savings, and like every single year I just never check off the boxes because it's never done. It's never. That's all I can say about that. I mean, it's nice to have finance goals, and maybe I need to be a little bit better. Maybe I need to be a little bit better with my budgeting, but yeah, so far they just keep shifting from one one document to the next every single year and they never get crossed off. But maybe this year will be the year I win the lottery. Then I'll be able to cross them off. But for the time being, I'm surviving. I'm thriving, sort of. So I think I'm doing okay with those. And then my last category is always like items that I want to buy. And like, if you've known from my previous videos, I'm really trying to buy quality pieces because I'm tired of stuff being such terrible quality and like wasting money and like having to rebuy it. Like I just want to spend the money and have it last and be happy with it. So I always have like little items here and there that I want to buy. So far there's like nothing really that I have my eye on for this year, so this category so far is blank because there is nothing that I really want. I sort of haven't really shopped that much lately, which I haven't been going out or doing anything that requires me to have a good outfit, so yeah, I haven't bought anything. So that is to be finished, that list. So that's about it for all my goals and resolutions for 2024. I usually January, I'm like thinking of all the things I want to get done, so I'll probably add a little bit to that list. But as of right now, I think I'm doing what I can in life, and I think like I'm just gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna stick to my list. If you made it this long through the video, thank you so much for watching. I basically just talked to myself for the whole 14 minutes, but thank you so much for watching. If you do the same thing and you make a list and like you want to share some of your ideas or some of your ideas about my ideas, that would be really great. I would love to hear them. And yeah, if you have a cooler way of making these lists, like if you do some cool stuff on like Pinterest or Canva, then like let me know because I'd like to see, because these lists are so boring. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe I'll check in at the end of the year and I'll see which ones I completed and which ones I didn't, which likely is going to be not a lot of them, but maybe I'll make that video. So stay tuned for that one, and thank you so much for watching.